want to establish some kind of contact. So maybe you're just going to do, you know, some nice kind of like, you know, flowing strokes like this. And, you know, then maybe you're going to start with a little bit of petrissage, because this always starts them off real good. You know, if you can work their shoulders. And this is, I'm showing you what I do. And then do some compression. So I'm just going down each side of her spine, pressing the base of my palm in.
Like the cat paw thing. Like the cat paw thing?
Yeah, but it's deeper. And so I'm going to do some compression. Do you notice how I'm standing? So I've got a lot of weight on this back foot, so I'm not doing this. I'm established here so that I can push back on my foot. And when I do that, because see, I'm feeling this all the way down. I'm not just feeling it in my shoulders and hands. I'm feeling it all the way down, and I'm putting my weight into it. And so I'm going to go all the way down her back, and then you can go back up again. We can do a little bit of the acupressure that we learned with the thumbs, up and down the spine. There's so much variation. You know, I'm not going to expect you to necessarily do my routine, but I'm showing you this to give you some ideas. I've got a handout that I'll have for you. That's why I was asking you for the code. I thought you had it. After you've gone up and down the spine a couple of times, you might want to work the shoulders a little deeper. So again, adapting some of the things that we've learned on the back. Maybe you'll do some effleurage strokes, some deep effleurage strokes with your thumb. So you'll go across the top of the shoulder, and you're usually going to find some nice knots in there.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So I'll maybe do that 3 or 4 times, and maybe I'll do, you know, some nice compression there. Squeeze it out a little bit, and then kind of relax it out. And then I'm going to just keep petrissaging right down her arm. I'm going to petrissage her bicep and her tricep up and down. If you want to look on this side, what I'm doing, because you can't see, I'm going to do some more compression. So I'm taking both my thumbs like this, and I'm pressing, 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 pressing. I'm going to do it again. Press, 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 and then maybe do a little spreading. You've done all this stuff before, right?
The pressing out.
You know, do a little vibration, shake it out a little bit. Maybe you'd like to do some stretching right here. So you can stretch forward, just like you do on the table. If you want to bring the arm back, relax, stretch. At this point, I would probably sit on my stool. I might apply some lotion, and then I'm going to do some effleurage stripping up through her forearm. On the top, I'll turn it over. I'll work on the back. Maybe we want to do some windshield wiper moves here on the inside of the arm. So you'll spend some time doing there. How long you spend is up to you. But I'm going to work the hand just like we do when we're on the table. Each of the fingers, work down through the carpals here. You know, do some spreads. I mean, I don't feel necessary to show you all these moves since you've done them all before. Turning over the thumb, spreading the palm, doing some of the same exact moves that we do on the table. So the arm is all familiar territory for you guys. Okay, so when you're done, you're going to sweep it out. You might want to bring the arm down and do one of these. I try to kneel down so I'm not bending over.
That feels neat.
Yeah, doesn't it? So do you see what I'm doing? It feels really good if they relax. Brush it out, bring it back, and then we're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Do a little bit of petrissage, do a little bit of stripping on the top of the shoulders. And so she's going ooh, ah, ooh, and she's got big boulders in there. I'm going to squeeze it out a couple of times and loosen it up. Continue down with petrissage into the bicep. in the tricep. Do some pressure, press, 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 press. Do it again, press, 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 press. Spread it out, spread, 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 spread. Vibrate it out. Maybe do a little bit of stretching here. Now this is where you could get into some deeper work around the shoulder blade if you want to, but what I'm doing is just stretching her deltoid, and you can give a little bit of support by pressing your arm on the back of their shoulder so they don't feel like it's going to go out of the socket or anything. Release it, bring the arm down, do a little rotation thing.
Makes my fingers tingly.
Yeah.
Which part?
What she's doing now.
Yeah. Bring it up, do your whole arm routine, your hand routine, you know, do a nice brush off. And then you're obviously going to go to the back, or I like to work people's heads. So you can actually do quite a bit while they're on the chair. So I work around the ears a lot. People love that. So doing our little scissor move, you can do that very easily. Going over the ears, working the outside of the ears. I mean, this all feels great. This is the kind of stuff, that's the kind of dessert stuff that people, if they just go, ooh, and it really relaxes them. It just feels so good. So you might do some of our pressure points on the scalp. Now, get permission to work on people's head because, you know, for women especially, if it's in an office, or if they're walking around in the convention, they may not want their hair messed with. They definitely don't want lotion in it. So, but do some nice, you know, petrissage, if you will, on the scalp. I always like to do a little squeeze on the hair, you know, just like stimulate the scalp a little bit and fluff it out a little bit. And maybe you want to come back and work the back of the neck, so we're going to do some petrissage on the back of the neck. Strip down the muscles of the neck on either side of the spine, the cervical spine here. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm taking my thumb, not over the spine, on either side of the spine, over the erector muscles. Would you not, does that tickle or hurt?
Huh?
Does that tickle or hurt your?
It's like a hurt, but it's not like a painful hurt.
Okay, good. Okay, so
Like, is that